threes, then they have a very good chance of winning this game.
All right, as we start the second half off, looks like it's going to be Union ball. And Hurd with the inbound to Stuckey. He's been a pretty good handler of the ball this first half at least. He's been a pretty big factor, I think, in Union's offense and defense. The dish over to Davis. Davis is going to miss that.
I mean, it looked like a strong move, but something about Zeeland East is they're always putting pressure on the ball. So whether it's affecting the pass or the shot, I think something has to be said with their pressure. Just as I say that, Union gets their pressure in, goes right, and they get the basket.
You know, and that's just, you know, a costly turnover from East. They cannot continue to do that. They've had some problems in the first half. Let's hope they can sort that out quick. It's Barton now handling the ball up top. Dishes back over to Paul. Tilden now.
And this game has opened up just like it started. Really fast pace. We'll see how the pace goes.
Richmond with some room. Oh, almost knocks down, but with the offensive rebound by Barton and Davison with a pretty bad foul on I don't think you need to do that. I mean, Davison, you know, fouls can be a big problem. Like, you know, saw East got in the bonus. They got 7 fouls pretty quick, and with little fouls like that, I think that can really change the pace of the game.
And there's another foul. Wow. And what I'm looking for, especially seeing that Kylan got that very strong rebound, East is looking for those guys that are just going to do the dirty work and get those rebounds. So if they can get, say, Kylan involved getting boards, that could actually affect his shot and affect his impact offensively, even though he's doing the work rebounding and defensive-wise.
Hart's taking over, goes to the basket, and that's a huge bucket from him. You know, even though he might be a little bit smaller than these other guys that are guarding him, his just sheer strength and, you know, his will to just go up strong and sacrifice his body for the basket, I think is really.
Oh, superb ball movement up the court by East as Barton gets a wide open 3, misses for an iron.
Davis with the ball and it's poked out by Paul. It's going to be Union ball. And Paul almost picked his pocket there.
Yeah, and that's why you don't want to have your big guys handling the ball. If you get someone, especially like Noah Paul, who's a superb on-ball defender, no chance that he's going to be able to stick with him.
Looks like Hurd is going to be handling the ball now up top for Union. He's going to go to the basket now. Trying to go up against Hart, but that's not a shot you're going to make. Hart with a big rebound there.
Oof. He climbed the ladder to get that rebound.
That's what you want to see, though. Barton goes inside. Great lay-in.
And East is looking for this momentum. They've gotten a couple of easy buckets. They're getting strong rebounds as Noah gets the steal.
You know, that's what you're saying, you know, a superb on-ball defender, and, you know, that's just able to capitalize on these turnovers now. And, you know, it seems like the tables have turned. As, you know, turnovers used to be plaguing East, and now it seems like Union's having a little bit of problems with that, too, now. Looks like the ball over to Burstra. He's going to miss that. And, oh, the ball stolen by Burstra from Hart. But shot's just not going in for Union right now.
And Cochran yelling easy from the sideline. He doesn't want this tempo to get too out of hand, especially for East, because they definitely don't work best at this sort of tempo.
Ooh. Way to draw the foul there from Ritzman, who's going to go to the line and have 2, but, you know, that's the 3rd foul by Union in less than 4 minutes. And so, you know, you got to think. I mean, the coach over at Union might be saying, you know, you gotta try to slow it down a little bit. Don't get so in there. You know, you gotta not create all those opportunities for them to draw fouls. As Ritzman makes the first of his 2.
And Dan Pohanka and Zach Gemmon are in for the Chix.
With Holtzman about to take his second. Let's see if he can get it to drop. There you go. That is huge from him.
And it pushes it to a 7-point game, which is quite a cushion.
Stuckey back in handling the ball. Timeout taken by Union. So now we're going to go to the coop.
Get out there. Go.
Mikey. All right, do I go? They didn't cue me in. Wait, were you supposed to cue me in?
I don't have any communication with anybody. I'm just
I thought you were gonna cue me in.
But that's a mistake. I guess we're going to have to willingly accept as we start off with Stuckey handling the ball. And Kim, what do you think the coach of Union was telling his team as he took the timeout? He didn't seem very happy.
I mean, there's not much to be happy about, especially as an and one for Grand Rapids Union.
I don't know about that call. I thought
Especially because Grand Rapids Union got those first 2 charge calls. I'm very surprised.
I thought his feet were set. I mean, you can't be much more set with your feet in the ground. I mean, what does he want him to do? Grow some limbs and turn into a tree in the middle of the paint?
I don't know, man.
Shot goes up and off the mark.
Another strong rebound by Josh Hart.
And he's been huge for them in the paint, getting some big blocks and also getting some huge rebounds as well as baskets.
As Josh Hart has a huge mismatch in the paint, goes up strong and one. Nice move and nice recognition of the mismatch down low.
And that is just a great, they're drawing these fouls. I think that is huge for Easton. They're starting to build this lead up a little bit again. It's increased to 7 now as Hart takes his first of 1. There you go, gets the old shooter's roll. And completes a 3-point play as Stuckey brings the ball down the court for Union.
And for Zeeland, their offense is really rolling right now. They're just looking to get stops.
Stuckey falling down on that shot as he misses off the mark. Rebounded by Dan.
And that's just a great box out. Dan even let the ball hit the ground.
That's going to be another foul on Grand Rapids Union, and they've already got 5 fouls in less than 5 minutes. I mean, that has got to be. Arm with the shot.
And Ike Tilden and Noah Paul in for the Chix. Noah's going in for the shooter, Kyle Martin.
Spartan's about to take his second. Could increase the lead to 10, which it was early in this game, if you do remember. But they let it slip through their hands.
They did get off to a hot start, and finally they're putting the pieces together. And if they can keep putting those pieces together, it should be on cruise control for the rest of the game.
They just got to, let's see if they can keep this lead in a little bit better hands. A little bit, not let it slip through their fingers like sand, like the last lead. When Union cut it to 1. And eventually he's got it back up to 3. Hurt handling the ball. Back to Barajas. I think this is the first time he's checked in today. Handling the ball up top.
A little double screen action up top here. It doesn't amount to much though, as Union is basically looking for dribble drive looks.
Shot by Diaz, good. And, that's a good shot selection. The East is really doing, I think, a great job making them take their time and really keep the ball moving because they're not getting a lot of great shots.
And what ball movement on the. They made a made basket look like a fast break. Josh Hart with another strong finish.
I think both teams are having to move the ball quite a bit with the defenses that they're seeing. Barajas with the shot off the mark. Richmond with the rebound. But, you know, I think East is just right now, they're moving the ball a bit better. I think this is what's allowed them to really take advantage.
And look at this mismatch down low. Josh Hart almost getting triple teamed. Oh.
Pass intercepted by Burstra. Hurd with the ball, goes up. And there's that charge call.
There's that charge call they've been looking for all night. Union had a couple down, and Josh Hart thought he should have had one, but that's a great take by Ben Ritzma.
And that is the 6th foul for Union. He's going to be getting the bonus pretty fast.
Yeah, and that's where it comes down to fundamentals. You got to make those free throws. If they make the free throws here, it should be a wrap, but we're looking for Union to come out with some sort of new pressure or a new offensive scheme because it's not working for them so far.
Things are getting stale pretty fast. And
3 points over back. All 3 points.
I'm not really sure what the call was there, Cam.
It was either a carry call or an over-the-back call. You can hear the coop from here going, hey.
Not really sure. Cochran not sure either. He's just in the boat with us. I am not sure what that call. To me, it looks like it's going to be ruled an over and back. Not quite sure about that call, Cam.
Apparently, must have been a hesitation or a stutter step or something. Got the foot on the wrong side of the line, but it's going to be Union ball. And Union looking to capitalize off this turnover.
Let's hope they can. It's like Hurd going to be handling the ball. Well defended by Hart, but a little bit interesting with the mismatch down low. As you can see, Barton on Davis. As you can see, I wonder if they're going to try to get the ball to him, it looks like. But Davis is going to be handling the ball. Goes up for the shot. Off the mark.
And it looks like it might have dribbled off his foot, and the officials do get the call right. It's going to be Zeeland's ball.
Even though he lost the ball, I mean, that was a pretty great play. You know, he misses his shots, but he crashed the basket. And you also like to see, you know, getting your own rebound, not quitting on a play. I think that sometimes can set him apart from other players.
Yeah, Union's going to be looking for those guys that make the extra effort to get them back in this game.
Tilden with a take there, misses, but gets his own rebound. You know, he reminds me a lot of Davison. You know, he's a hard worker, always willing to put in that extra effort. Loose ball. Looks like Noah's going to get the rebound. Dishes to Tilden, who draws the foul.
And that's just a great pump fake right there. Got the big man in the air, drew the contact, and got the foul. And that will be Grand Rapids Union's 7th foul. So they are now in the bonus. That is huge for the Chix.
I mean, being in the bonus with 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter, I mean, they got the whole 4th quarter to be in the bonus. I mean, you wonder if there's gonna be some players getting into foul trouble with 7 fouls this early in the 2nd half. Tilden makes the first. Looks like we're gonna see Abdi and a whole host of Union players checking in.
Yeah, they're doing the hockey subs right here. A whole new 5 for Grand Rapids Union, looking to bring a little bit of energy.
Trying to change it up, maybe get that spark that you were talking about. Ooh. Makes a second. Looks like 33 might have jumped the gun a little bit earlier there. Mr. Terry Jones Jr. Stuckey, oh my word.
What? Good block, Noah.
Stuckey goes in, draws contact, but man, he got swatted. I don't like that. I don't like that shot selection by Mr. Stuckey.
I think the ref sort of bailed him out there. Noah Paul had his hand up. I think he might have gotten his hand down on the body, gave him a little push, so I think that's where they got the call. But they're definitely not really looking for just their point guard to dribble up and shoot sort of shots like that. That's not the shots they're looking for. They need the ball movement, and they need to get other players involved.
You know, it feels kind of like Union is, I feel like the team doesn't really trust each other. You know, they're not making those passes. You know, I feel like when you try to have players do everything, that's when you can get into a lot of trouble with shots not falling.
Right, and it's one thing to have a ball-dominant point guard, which it seems like Stuckey is, but he's got to get other people involved.
Looks like the inbound going to Ritzma. Now back to Barton, who's double teamed.
And Union's pressure is getting into Zeeland East. This could be a turning point in the game if they can keep this pressure up. It seems like these new substitutions are the fresh legs that they needed, as they are looking very sharp on this trap.
Stuckey handling the ball, you know. Let's see if he can try to dish to some other players, which he's back with the ball after a quick pass. Goes in again, makes this, converts the basket, but I mean, like you said, he's having some trouble getting some people involved. And like you say, pass deflected, timeout taken by Ben Ritzema.
And that's that Grand Rapids Union pressure.
As we go to this timeout, we're going to kick it to the Coop and Megan Lloyd.
All right, ready? I'm Meg Lloyd, reporting for ZHS Sports Video, and here I'm here with Mike Cromendike. He's going to answer some questions. Mikey, what do you have some words of encouragement for the team?
Oh, well, I think the team's playing great. Really pressure, handling the press well.
Yeah, they are doing very well. What would you be doing if you were in the coop right now?
I'd be going crazy, probably ripping my jersey off. This is Ben Ritzman's, by the way.
It's Ben Ritzman's, basically autographed. Thanks for all your feedback. I'm Meg Lloyd, and we'll see you back.
All right, after that quick word from the Coop, they're seeming like they're getting behind their team. It seems like Coop's actually gained a few new faces as people have continued to trickle in. You know, and 54 seconds left in the third quarter, and you got to be thinking, the Union is probably just thinking survive, you know, get through this, regroup for that fourth quarter, and see if they can make some headway into cutting this 8-point lead.
Yeah, and they're doing it through their trap. Here's Kylan getting trapped once again, but they got to get it up the court because they only have 10 seconds. Here's Gavin getting trapped again, and there's the 10-second call.
You know, and that's a big problem for East, it seems. They're not, you know, these fresh bodies having a lot of energy and moving on the ball. You know, you saw with those, you know, back before they subbed out, they were getting a little bit slow to the ball. And East is not adjusting well. Big shot there. Derek Peoples. That was a deep three.
Hey, you know what they say, you swag off, you sags off. Wait, did I even say that right?
I don't think so.
Wait, let me try that again. You sag off, your swag's off.
Nicely said, Cam.
But then again, Union with another forced turnover, and we're looking at a 5-point ball game.
And like what I was saying, you know, the tables may have turned. You know, East might be now thinking, we gotta survive, and they gotta find some remedy to this problem that they're being faced with. Peoples, Jackson pulls off.
That's a big shot.
And they have cut the lead to 3 once again. You know, reminiscent of the end of the first half. And, you know, now we're gonna cut it to a huddle with Coach Cochran to see what he's gonna be able to do to get this team pumped up.
What up, bud?
That's Mr. Piker.
Hey, Meg, you know what sucks?
What?
I can't hear you talk.
Really?
Oh, that's wrong,
What?
No, it doesn't feed. Oh, because it goes right to the on.
I couldn't hear my own thoughts. It was loud. They were right in my ear.
What's going on? I would lay off him, right? I would lay off him, and then I would slingshot myself back up, literally on.
All right, we're back at the fourth quarter. Tight game, even after East has a 10-point lead at first. You know, they're having a lot of problems keeping these leads that they're starting to create. And this full court press is really getting East, but now they're finally able to start breaking in. Paul with the dish to Barton. Back to Paul down low. Out to Ben, to Hart. Back to Noah. Dribbles in. Ooh, shot not gonna fall, but Hart with the great play to get it back off the backboard and get the rebound by Ben. A little bit of an errant pass there. Ritzema to Ike. Ooh, off the mark. And it is going to be off East. And it's going to be Union's ball.
You got to love their crashing of the boards, though. They almost got a second possession out of that. Well, they almost got a third possession. They got a second possession with 1 rebound, but Noah Paul just an unlucky bounce off his hand, and it's Union ball.
You know, to me, the way that Union has been playing ever since that timeout where they were down by 10, I feel like their coach has really inspired them and said, you know, he's getting those fresh bodies on the court like you were talking about. I think it's really just affected their play style, and they've really started to come alive.
Yeah, and what's interesting is this is all without their best player, Davison, on the floor. So they're doing it with their deep bench, which shows a lot about their coach's confidence with their other players.
You know, and if you can get your bench to contribute like they're having now. Ooh, Aaron Paul, looks like Hart's in front of it. Pushes it to Paul. To Ike, and then a quick lay-in by Ritzema. And that's huge, you know, those fast breaks, we're able to convert. You know,
oh, he hit a big 3 earlier.
No People's good. Not able to get that to fall.
Let's go!
Paul bringing the ball down the court. Looking for a man, finds Spartan, who then swings back to Ritzema. He gives to Ike, and now he sends it back to Barton, who drives in, sees an opening, and lays it in.
And Zeeland is finally finding their offense back. They've been able to get rid of this press, and now that Union's missing a couple of shots, they're able to get out and run and finally get some offense going.
Ooh. And it looks like Hart fell on Stuckey as he took that 3, but nonetheless, East is able to get the rebound. Looks like gonna be a shot from Barton. Oh, off the mark.
But another offensive rebound. These rebounds are huge for the Chix.
Ooh, big conversion there by Ike Tilden. Where was the defense on that? He got a wide open shot.
Oh, huge steal by Noah.
Man.
These are the turnovers they're wanting, and it's already getting out of hand again. It's a 9-point game.
Picks his pocket. Forgot, are we an Oliver Twist or are we at a game? Looks like Hart's going to dish the ball to Ben for another lay-in.
And that's a beautiful curl by Ben Ritzema. He had a pick, and when your defender is chasing you off that screen, you're always taught to curl. And Ben did that right to the basket and was wide open. That's just a beautiful read by Ben Ritzema.
Perfectly executed. Stuckey with the ball up top. Steps back, guarded by Hart. And man, the ref is really bailing him out of these really terrible shot selections I mean, I understand he's great at handling the ball, but I'm not sure I like him going into the paint almost every other possession trying to get a rebound through 3 different people.
And I think that got Grand Rapids Union in the hole earlier, but as you can see, Davison is due to check in, and along with another starter, number 22, Sergio Diaz, they'll look to bring, to sort of ease back the starters and try to reclaim the lead in this game.
Yeah, and you know, with not seeing Davison yet in the half, you wonder if coach is trying to save him, get him rested up for this last 5 minutes and see if he can be a big factor, as the lead has gone back to 10 in just a few short minutes.
And I think part of it is East is playing great defense. Davison has basically been a non-factor in the second half, so the coach is forced to look at other options.
Oh, great read there by Zach Gebben. Really showing off his knowledge of the court and his basketball smarts there to get the easy bucket. And, you know, I feel like the big problem for Union is they are fighting an uphill battle. You know, you get tired. I mean, when you're constantly down, that's got to be pretty demoralizing. And to getting with you, I don't think they've led this game, and that's pretty big factor. You know, with not being in control or in the driver's seat, you can't really dictate the pace of the game.
That's very true. And Grand Rapids Union gets another foul in the half-court setting. That will put Ike Tilden at a 1-and-1. That's just a very costly foul, and you can't have those fouls if you're wanting to come back in this game.
You know, and I think that's what it's going to come down to, is these little mistakes that Union continues to make. that East was kind of plagued by in the first half, but now Union is really, I feel like they're not really taking advantage of the opportunities given to them, and that's what's really led them to stay. Matilda missing his basket, rebounded by Union. Stuckey taking the ball down court. It looks like he's going to lose
out
the
of
ball.
control.
Lose the
Zach
ball.
Gavin,
Recovered by
great
Gavin.
hustle.
Tilden going up. Oh,
And Cochran is screaming on the sideline for goaltending. I'd have to agree. That ball was either on the way down or it may have touched the backboard. Obviously, we don't have replay, but just from what I saw courtside,
but a
that
great
looked
offensive
like a foul.
rebound by Barton. Looks like they got the big man handling the ball. And that's going to be a foul.
Set to check in for the Chicks are Josh Hart and Dan Pahenka.
Looks like Keedron Davis going to be taking his 2 tonight. And let's see how the big man's at the free throw line. Hits the first. That guy's definitely not like Shaq. He can at least make a few. That's, that's big. Usually these big guys can struggle at the line, but Davis is really showing off his versatility here, I think, with being able to be a factor at the line.
And one thing that I'm looking for Davis to do is to take advantage of the smaller guards such as Kylan Barton or Ben Ritzma being on him. They are very athletic, but if he can get his back to the basket, I think they can really capitalize on his size.
And as we said, looks like he's going to go to the bench, maybe get recuperated and back in. The big thing, and then timeout called by Cochran, as it's pretty obvious to see. And now we're going to throw it to a commercial quick. Thanks for...
Friendly, clean, professional, good for all ages, old and young, affordable, relax, you're at Great Clips.
And we're back after the quick commercial break. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Cam, and Union down by 11. What do you think they're going to have to do to try to get back in this game?
Well, I'm looking for some offensive consistency for Union. Davison had a couple threes. They had some bench activity in their run to push it into single digits, but right now they really have nothing going for them offensively. That's partial credit to East's defense, but they really need to move the ball, and we'll see if they can do that in these final 4 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that overall Union looks tired. Having to play that full court press most of the time, and trying to keep up with that, and also fighting this uphill battle that they have. I mean, they're looking tired.
Yeah, and that press will take a lot out of you. I mean, they're going hard, they're trapping the guys, and with the Zeeland East ball movement, it's been very difficult to try to catch up with them, as Dan Pahenka, with a nice pump fake, and draws a foul.
And it's like he's going to be taking his Justin a bit of a hard fall, but gets up quick. That's just not what you want to be doing if you're a unit. You do not want to be fouling, putting guys on the lines and getting, basically free points if they can convert.
Yeah, and one more foul, and they will actually get 2 shots instead of the 1 and 1. So that will be a big change if it happens.
Pahenka misses first, almost gets its goal in, but gets that old toilet bowl roll and it sits out.
Almost the same looking foul drawn by Davison, and he'll be going to the line for 2.
Actually, it looks like they're going to be doing a inbound.
My bad, it must have been on the ground. The reason why Dan Pahenka got the free throws was because they were in the bonus.
And quick dish.
That's Diaz. And if he can get going, he's a very good shooter. So they're looking to get him wide open shots, and that's great to see an additional offensive output just besides Davison and their point guard, Stuckey.
The turnover there by East, you know, this can be costing you when you get into the, you know, time is winding down and it's getting tight, and they got to hold on to that ball and make the most of every possession they have to keep this lead big, so they're not trying to limit damage in the final minutes when things start to really turn up.
And Noah Paul is subbed in for the Chix. They're looking to bring some front court pressure onto Union, see if they make a couple mistakes and see if they can put this thing in the bag.
You know, and Paul's such a good defender. Already had a few steals today and a few rebounds. You got to think with him sticking on Stuckey, they're trying to take him out of the game.
Diaz
Quick
with
shot
another
there.
three.
And rebounded by Barton. Looks like he's trying to go. Ooh, misses that.
It looked like he got hacked a little bit. And that's great
the big
defense.
rebound.
That's great defense by Ike. He's sort of slid into Davison without drawing contact. It sort of throws you off when you're making that layup. And now it looks as if Noah Paul is going to be shooting 2 because of the foul committed by Grand Rapids Union on the other end.
Putting him into the double bonus. And, you know, with 2:57 left, and the fouling may become their only option, as the clock is not their friend right now. And having East already in the double bonus, that is going to be a really rough time they're going to have with Noah making his first. Let's see if he can convert his second. And he does. And that's huge.
And with 3 minutes to go, as a coach of Union, I wouldn't necessarily resort to fouling yet, because I mean, you make a couple threes and it's a whole different ballgame, and you also got to get those defensive stops.
That seems to be what they're trying to do. Davison with an open three. There's a miss from him. Noah with the rebound.
Kylan.
Again. Another lane for him as the lead grows to 12 now. Davison right back at him, trying to get it. Not
Josh
able to
Hart
convert.
on the floor again, looking for that charge call that he hasn't been getting.
And Davison trying to force Barton to make a mistake, but he's able to get the ball away. Looks like it's going to be a carry by Paul as he gets tied up. As he goes to the line.
I believe it wasn't a carry, it was a reach. But either way, he will be going to the line.
Paul misses the first.
And at this point, you've got a 12-point game. I mean, you make these free throws, and there's a very, very slight chance that Union is going to be able to come back, especially with their lack of three-point shooting this game.
And Paul misses both. That's a rare two misses for him after he converted just his last two. Stuckey going all the other way and draws the foul as it goes through. Again, taking it to the rim. Not really sure if he's their center or their point guard anymore.
And now Union has the 7 fouls, so they will be going for 1-and-1 no matter what the foul is. So, and you got to think, if it does, in fact, get down to single digits and becomes a game, say Zeeland is up 3, they could actually foul in order to make them shoot free throws and have that 2 points and get the ball back.
Huge rebound by Hart, who gets his pocket almost picked, but ends up getting rebound. And it's going to be a foul committed on Noah Paul, who's going to go to the line again.
And he's got to make these free throws, man. Put this game away.
I feel like he's been on the line more times than anyone on this game so far, and I think he's made the most of it. You know, even after he's had a few misses here and there, but he's really, I think for the most part, had some great conversions that have really led to this lead that East has built and lost multiple times.
Wow, 3 misses in a row. He's got to find a way mentally to get back in this game and make these easy points.
Gets the second though. That's a great make by him because it forces the lead to 12. Looks like the ball's going to go back to Davison. Hand on the ball, gets it to Davis, who swings it to Jackson, who pulls up. Not able to get it, but Davison almost knocking it back in. And Knight Tilden got an elbow to the face by Davis on that rebound. Looks like Ben is going to be pushed out of bounds here.
And I believe he called a timeout, so we will be going to a timeout.
And we're going to now go to the coop.
All right, Meg Lloyd here live from the Chix Coop with fearless leader Dylan Janice.
Hey, how you doing? This is me and my banana squad.
We're gonna lead some cheers here.
Oh, let's get it. Let's go.
They're really trying. Let's just roll.
So now as we go into the closing minute and 30 seconds, Cam, do you think this game is out of reach for Union?
You know, I think it is, even if Union does resort to fouling. I mean, even if East makes 50% of their free throws, considering they're in the double bonus, I think this game is out of reach, and Zeeland is looking to run this clock out.
Foul call on Davison as Tilden will go to the line now for East shooting 2. You know, and East, I think, is doing a great job of moving the ball around to limit the damage that Union can do with fouling early in the possession. Tilden set, takes a shot. Oh, almost gets it to fall, but again, not able to convert.
And Grand Rapids Union coach pulling Davison out, that might show a little bit of what he thinks of the game if they're pulling their best player out with 1:15 to go.
And you wonder if he's a little scared that Davison is maybe bringing this team down. You know, with him being the star player, they're obviously going to try to get him the ball. And he might, I'm wondering if he's thinking about trying to spread the ball around and get some other people to get the ball.
And that's just
Stuckey
another bad by
unable
Stuckey, bad
to make
shot.
it. And it's going to be poked away by Ritzema. And Tilden tries to get the
That's on Shackton, a fool. You got to make that wide open layup.
Looks like he might get another chance here. As Ben is getting.
Oh my goodness. Noah, was that Ben Ritzma or Noah Paul? Just gets that dunk out of there. Oh man, and it's a hostile environment right now.
No fly zone. I feel like we're watching the Michigan State Spartans game where they're locking down the air. I mean, after that controversial no call by the ref when Ritzma had the ball, it looked like he was getting jumped. I mean, that's its way to come back. You know, that's huge for them.
And with 40 seconds, a 12-point game, looks like this one's just about over.
Barton at the line, 40 seconds left. And so, looks like we're going to have Terry Jones Jr. checking in for Keegan Davis. And, I think the reality is setting in for these Union players. And you can see a lot of players are starting to hang their heads. And, it's not what you want to see at the end of the game. Win or lose, you want to hold your head high and seems like the feet is starting to settle in. As
But
Barton
this is
makes the first.
but this is a great win for Zeeland East. It's a great confidence booster to start your conference out 1-0, and it's a tough loss for Union because this is one of those games where you need, if you want to be competitive in the conference.
You need to win these conference games. They're huge, and East going to be 7-3, and Union going to fall to 3-4. I mean, Union looking a little, I guess, lackluster, for lack of a better word, because so much talent on one team, and it just doesn't seem like they're able to really get stuff going. I mean, their backs have been against the wall, and they've fought back, but I think ultimately, just the sheer number of points that they've been down by, and just the continual fight, I think it's taken a lot out of them. It's led to them to kind of, and they're gassed. I mean, you can tell.
And I'm really surprised that they actually ended up fouling Noah Paul. I mean, the game has been out of reach for the last couple minutes, but hey, I mean, why not foul? Just keep the game going on longer. But yeah, it looks like Zeeland East will get out with they'll cruise to the win with these last couple minutes, and Grand Rapids Union still pushing
trying to
the ball.
convert. A bit of a push off against Paul. The three's up and no good. Paul with the, and Stuckey with the hard foul. I mean, 7 seconds left. You're
There's
down by
8 seconds left, and they're still fouling.
You're down by 14. I mean, what is this going to really do? I mean, what is this going to do? I mean,
Hey, at
besides-
least they can say they were going down fighting.
That is true, and I think that's really been that's been the name of the game. I mean, they have really worked hard. They've battled back after all these. They've been down by 10 multiple times, sometimes even more than that. They've gotten it back to within 2 or 3. And they've kept it a close game. But East just continues to, they continue to pull away, and then Union whittles away at the lead, and they kind of get it close, and they pull away again. And that's just they've been constantly fighting, constantly trying to get it to where they've been leading. And when you don't lead throughout the entire game, that's just big things about East defense and their ability to score. I mean, I'm really impressed with the way they've played today. I mean, I thought they've looked really great. Might not have been their greatest possession turnover game, but I feel like overall they've done a great job of controlling the pace and keeping themselves in the driver's seat this game.
And the clock will wind down, and Zeeland East will get the win.
That's a huge win for East. Starting off conference with a win. I think this makes a statement. With Paul and Hart and Tilden and Ritz.